pen, notebook, and calculator. May I know whether all of you are ready? Those who are ready, they can raise hands. Those who are ready with pen, notebook, and calculator, you raise your hands so that I'll come to know how many of you are ready. Okay, very good number. So it is very motivational for us also to communicate with such a good students. So it's very nice. So what about others? Be ready with your notebook and pen and calculator. All of you must have it. Fine. Okay. So others, Ashutosh Patel, Aditya Ahire, Ashish Marathe, Bridget, Deepak, Himanshu, Joel, Karthik, Kunal, Nikhil, Nivet, Pranav, Ravikant, Asif, Vaibhav, Ayush, Shantanu, Suraj, Vaibhav, Yash. Okay. So we'll start with today's lecture. So is the screen visible? May I know?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Okay. So we'll have discussion on basic things. First and most important is finding out the reactions in the different type of beams. So mostly we are going to have more emphasis on simply supported beam initially. So procedure to find reactions in the beams. This is most important thing because most of the units or most of the chapters are related with this particular topic, and this is very important concept you need to know. Procedure to find reactions in the beam. So now I'll tell you stepwise procedure which you have to follow. Stepwise procedure which you have to follow so that you will able to solve numerical very easily. Uh, you might have studied or you might be knowing how to find out the reactions, but what I suggest to all of you is you can use the method that I am going to tell you so that your calculations will become more simple. So right now all of you have to follow me. So now I'll have we'll have discussion on one of the example in which we are going to find out the reactions. So first thing we'll have one simple beam, simply supported beam. So this is the simply supported beam that we have. So whether the screen is visible properly? Yes. Okay, fine. Thank you. So now, as this is simply supported beam, means what? It is getting subjected to reactions at the support. So simply supported beam is mostly denoted with the help of this kind of symbol. One of the end will be hinge end and another end will be rollers, will be having roller support. This is the typical notification or typical way in which we show the simply supported beam. So in this case, in case of simply supported beam, which are the various reactions, those acts that we are going to see, correct? So now just listen, and if you have any doubt you can ask me. I'll give you time for that. So what will happen if you see over here, this is hinge support, and this support is roller support. So can you answer how many reactions will be there at hinge support? If anyone know, can you answer how many reactions this hinge support has? Meanwhile, Deepak and Neha, who is this iconic Neha? May I know his real name? And yes, you
Neha.
are saying that. Hello,
Sir Neha Kolte.
Neha
Kolte.
Pulte. Okay, Neha, are you able to see the screen?
No, sir.
Actually, it should not happen. You can click on my name that is listed in the people, Dinesh Satpute. Are you able to see it?
Yes, sir.
Just click on that and click on pin button, because you might have pinned someone else's screen. So that might be the reason why you are not able to see the screen. Do one thing, you can exit the meeting and rejoin it. Deepak, are you able to see the screen now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, fine, fine. So, can anyone answer how many reactions a hinge support generally has?
Two.
Two, sir.
Two reactions. Very good, very good. Say this is beam AB, and for beam AB only, we are finding out, or we are discussing how many reactions are there. These are very basic and important things you should know. So for hinge support, as your friends answered, we have two reactions at hinge support. So how those reactions will act? One will act in upward direction. I'll call that as RA. RA, you can say RAV, RA acting in vertical direction. And there will be one more reaction that will be acting in horizontal direction. And I am going to call it as RAH. RAH, reaction at A acting in horizontal direction. Then at the roller support, that is over here, can anyone answer how many reactions will be there at roller support? Anyone?
Only one.
Three.
How many reactions will be there? One, two,
One.
One,
one.
sir.
In which direction?
Upward direction.
Upward direction.
Down.
Upward direction, okay, or vertical direction, correct? So I will show that reaction like this, and I'll call it as RBV, RB acting in vertical direction. Now friends, just listen. In case of simply supported beam, or any kind of beam that we are going to study, the definition of beam is a structural member which is subjected to forces in transverse direction. Transverse direction means what? Perpendicular to the beam and not in the direction of axis of the beam. Which type of forces acts on the beam? Forces acts on the beams are always in transverse direction, that is perpendicular to the beam, and not in the direction of axis of the beam. Like what I am going to show you right now. Let us say this beam is getting subjected to force in this direction, point load acting at the center, that is denoted by W. So it is subjected to transverse forces, correct or not? It is getting subjected to transverse force, and it is not getting subjected to any kind of force that is acting in axial direction. इस डायरेक्शन में कोई भी फोर्स एक्ट नहीं हो रहा है, correct or not? So only force is acting is in vertical direction or in transverse direction. So there is the one law of Newton that is called as Newton's third law. What is that? Every action has equal and opposite reaction. Every action has equal and opposite reaction. So according to that law, if there is a force acting in vertical direction or in transverse direction, the equal amount of reactions will act at the supports. And in which direction? These reactions will oppose the force. The direction of reaction will be in the direction opposite to the direction of applied force. So here W, that point load is acting or the force is acting. So to oppose to this force, upward reactions will act. That is opposite to the direction of motion of opposite to the direction of force applied. Force is applied in downward direction, so reactions will act in upward direction. But here three reactions are there. This reaction is acting in upward direction, we'll accept it. This reaction is acting in upward direction, we'll accept that one also. But what about this reaction RAH, which is acting in horizontal direction? If there is no force in horizontal direction, there won't be any reaction in horizontal direction. So RAH, or the reaction in horizontal direction in case of beams, will be always equal to 0 if there is no force acting in horizontal direction. So we are not going to consider RAH in our calculations here onwards. Horizontal reactions will not be considered in the calculations here onwards, correct? So meanwhile, if you have any doubt, you can raise your hands. I'll ask you what question you have. So RAH, we are going to completely neglect it, and we are going to have more emphasis or consideration of RAV or RBV. In fact, we are going to denote them as RA and RB only, because only transverse reaction or in vertical direction, reactions in vertical directions are only been considered, correct? So this we are going to consider. So meanwhile, to conclude with this, you must know how many reactions are acting at hinge, at roller. Typical simply supported beam consists of hinge and roller. Hinge consists of two reactions, roller consists of only one reaction, that is acting in upward direction. So for a beam, no horizontal reaction acts because there is no force in horizontal direction. Only forces acting in vertical directions are there, whose direction is opposite to the applied force and their magnitude is equal to the applied force. The addition of forces going in upward direction will be equal to addition of forces going in downward direction. So if you have any doubt, you can ask me. Otherwise, I'll start with next slide or next page. If you have any doubt, you can raise your hand.
No, sir. No doubt.
You don't have any doubt. Yes? Okay. Anyone else who have any kind of doubt? May I know? Or shall we go for next step or next page? Okay. Now listen. How to do calculations of reaction, that I am going to tell you now. Though it look like very simple thing, but I know most of you won't be able to do it in proper manner and in correct with good accuracy. So listen. So now I am going to give you one example or one numerical kind of thing. So example 1. What that example consists of is, there is one simply supported beam. So whenever I'm going to say that there is a simply supported beam, at that time, here onwards, I am going to draw just two vertical reactions. So what we'll have in this simply supported beam AB, this is point A, this is point B. So those who are attending lecture from mobile, there is one facility that you can zoom in or zoom out. So if you unable to see any portion on the screen, you can zoom it in. You will be able to see it in more proper manner. So RA and RB, this is simply supported beam AB, and reactions acting are RA acting at point A, RB acting at point B, and these reactions are opposing the force applied in the downward direction, that is having value equal to W, or for time being let us consider the value of the force is 10 kilonewton. 10 kilonewton is the force applied at the center of the beam. Let us say this portion, or this span of the beam and this span of the beam, these are having lengths equal to 5 meter, 5 meter. That is at the center, and the total span of the beam is equal to 10 meter. Total span of the beam is equal to 10 meter. Now, it may happen that few of you may able to answer what is RA and RB after looking at the symmetry. The load 10 kilonewton is acting at the center. So, as it is acting at the center, it is a symmetrical loading, and RA and RB will have equal values, and that will be equal to half of the load applied, that is 10 kilonewton. Half of that is 5 kilonewton will be RA and 5 kilonewton will be RB. That you can even there is no need to calculate, you can tell it like this also. But there is a proper procedure. If you follow that, then you will be able to calculate reactions in any other case. Even though if this 10 kilonewton is acting somewhere over here at 1 meter from left end, then also you will be able to calculate the reaction. That's why this simple numerical I have considered. So first we have to first note a reference, that is for equilibrium, the addition of forces, actually the correct thing in general we say that for equilibrium the addition of all the forces acting on the beam should be equal to 0 for equilibrium. But for simplicity, I'm going to write it in different fashion. So just look at this. For equilibrium, the addition of forces going in or acting in upward direction will be equal to addition of forces acting in downward direction. Correct. So this is the generalized statement that you should know while, or this is the first step that you have to follow. You may consider this as a first step that you have to follow. So if you calculate what is the addition of forces going in upward direction, how many forces are going in upward direction? Can anyone answer?
Sir, two forces.
Which are the two forces?
Sir, RA and RB.
RA and
RB.
RA and RB. Who is speaking? Who is this?
Sir, I am Himanshu Patil. Himanshu Patil, sir.
Himanshu Patil. Okay, very good.
Yes.
RA and RB are the two forces going in upward direction. So it
Yes.
is very simple to note the equation, that is RA plus RB. Addition of forces or summation of forces going in upward direction should be equal to summation of forces going in downward direction. How many forces are going in downward direction?
One.
One force is acting. What is the value of that?
10 kilonewton.
10 kilonewton. So as of now, I am not going to convert this 10 kilonewton into newtons. So I'll keep it as it is. So 10 kilonewton. Then from this, we will get or we are getting one equation. This is your equation number 1. This is your equation number 1. Correct? Now, for second equation, the next step is, or here I'll notify step 1. Okay. The next step is step 2. Summation, or you can say addition, of movements acting at any point in the beam, shall be equal to 0. Shall be equal to 0. Correct? So using this, if you write down equation for this case, and if you consider the total moment acting, if you consider the moment let us consider total movement acting at point A. Let us consider total movement acting at point A. So if you consider this total movement acting at point A, I'll write it as or denote it as MA. I'll denote it as MA. So MA is equal to now listen, there is one thumb rule which you can use. The value of movement due to the force going in downward direction, that will be negative, and the value of movement due to the force going in upward direction, that will be positive, no matter at which point you are finding out the movement. So I'll note this point as point C. MA. So to consider movement acting at point A, how many forces will contribute to this movement? First and second, because RA is acting on point A, so that should not be considered because it will be automatically equal to 0. So let us consider this first force multiplied by the distance, that is the formula for movement. Force multiplied by the shortest distance or perpendicular distance between the point about which movement is to be calculated and the point at which the force is applied. So force is 10 kilonewton multiplied by what is the distance between point of application of force and the point at which movement is to be calculated. This distance is 5. So we are going to multiply it by 5. and this force 10 kilonewton, it is positive or negative? How to take it? It is going in downward direction, so we are going
Negative.
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 No concept of clockwise and anti-clockwise we are going to use. This is the most simplest method with the help of which you can solve any kind of numerical without any confusion. Clockwise, anti-clockwise, we don't want to discuss that right now because there is no need to discuss it. So this will be your movement due to force acting at point C, that is 10 kilonewton. Now second, movement due to the force acting at point B, that is RB multiplied by distance between point A and B. What is distance between A and B? It is equal to 10 meter. So plus force is RB. We don't know whether what is its value. So it is unknown. RB multiplied by distance is 10 meter. Distance is 10 meter. So RB multiplied by 10. Correct? RB is going in upward direction. So we are going to call it as positive. RB is going in upward direction. So we are going to call it as positive. So plus RB into 10. This summation should be equal to 0 as per the description for this step that we have noted. According to that, the addition should be equal to 0. Now if you solve this further, you will get the value of RB, and now all of you calculate what is the value of RB. After calculation, you have to post your answer in chat box so that I'll mark at your attendance accordingly. Solve this and post your answer in chat box. Post your answers in chat box. Do the calculations and post your answer in chat box. What is the value of RB? Do it fast. All of you, do it fast. If you solve the numerical faster, we'll able to cover more and more syllabus and in best possible way. Okay, what about others? Do it fast. What is your answer? Post it in chat box. Okay, fine. So most of you or nearly all have determined it correctly, that is 5 kilonewton. So this is your one reaction, that is first reaction. If you put the value of RB in equation number 1, what you will get? You will get the value of RA. So put it in equation number 1 and tell me what is the value of RA. Post it in chat box. Post it in chat box. So if you look at the screen, so what is the value of RA? Very simple, class 2 or class 1 mathematics. 5 kilonewton. And always mention unit whenever we are writing answer. you must have habit of writing a unit, correct? So using these things, whatever page that you are seeing right now on your screen, this is the most basic thing that you have to follow, and using this you can solve any kind of critical numerical that you have in front of you to find out the reaction. So now for homework I am going to give you few numericals. So if you want to have screenshot of this, you can take. Also I am going to post it on Google Classroom, but if you want to have this for reference, you can take. आयुष अटेंडेंस का स्क्रीनशॉट सेंड करो.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So next, I'll give you 2 to 3 numericals, 2 to 3 examples which you have to solve as a homework. And tomorrow we'll increase the difficulty level of numericals. And this you have to solve as a homework. Example 2 for homework. If you see all the students who are attending the lecture, have been admitted late, so your academic also started late. So if you follow the instructions provided by me, you will be able to get concept more easily. And for that you should be regular, and you should regularly complete the homework, whatever homework I am assigning to you. So it's very important to follow these things. Now I'm going to give you this is one beam bearing the point A, point B, RA. This is RB. The reaction is acting over here at opposite distance. Sorry, the force is acting over here at opposite distance. Its value is equal to 10 kilonewton, or now you can take 15 kilonewton. 1 meter, this distance, total distance is 4 meter, sorry, 5 meter. This point is point C. Okay. Next is again simply supported beam. AB, RA, RB. Five kilonewton, 10 kilonewton, 20 kilonewton. 1 meter, 2 meter, 0.5 meter. total is 5. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can ask me right now, or because I'm going to conclude the lecture now. So you can have screenshot of this, and you have to solve these two numericals. If you have any problem, you can text me on WhatsApp. Fine. So shall we conclude for today? So, okay. Fine. So we'll conclude for today. Let us meet for the next lecture. Whenever it is scheduled, we can have discussion. Okay. Fine. We'll conclude. Thank you.